FM Ceylon Tea, and of course, once again, another sponsorship. Thank you, FMF, for the sponsorship. And today, I'm so lucky. I have no other than the golden boy. Of course, he is no other than Roy Krishna. Roy, a very special welcome.
Thank you, Hassan, and Bula to you. Hope you are well.
Okay. How's your training going?
Very hard. We've been just got back from a 1 week break. So, a lot of running till next week, Tuesday. So, yeah, we just finished one session and you can see I look tired, but I'm always here for,
Yeah, I know.
People
you
like
took out time, and I'm so happy about that. And thanks to your lovely wife who managed to sort of secure this interview. But the training itself is one side. The other matches that you have already done and the matches that are coming sort of in 2 weeks' time or in a week's time. How do you see that? I mean, I'm looking at the differences because apparently you had gained some of the sort of matches, the others you lost it.
It was tough because we play a lot of away matches, we away from home. But finally, we get to play at our home ground, in front of our family, our fans. So yeah, it was a tough journey, but I think if you look at the table, we are third, and for a first season for a club from Fiji, no one expected that, but we are there. But still, it's a long way to go. We have 3 tough games at home, so we just encourage everyone to please come out in numbers and support us.
You are the superstar. You have played in India. You have played in different places. And of course, within Fiji, you have been sort of being the captain of the Fiji team. And now you're playing with all different players from different countries. How's that sort of when you look at their standard of soccer in comparison to what our players are sort of displaying?
Look, SN, it's a new league. First season for everyone to have a taste of professional football. And I'm just gonna talk about my team, Bula FC. We have a lot of young players. So whatever knowledge I have gained abroad, I'm trying to tell them that football is just not 90 minutes, 95 minutes. It's what you do outside the field, what you do on your free time, how you look after your body, how you recover. So it's challenging. I won't say it's easy, but the boys are very helpful. They listen, and you can see, especially the young boys, like Micah, 16, youngest player in the league. And they have a great future, but they're still learning, which is a good thing.
You're sort of like coordination with the players, because apparently they will definitely look upon you because of the standard of soccer that you have played, and of course what are you playing now, and the professionalism and the new players. Do they sort of like give you the respect that sort of is supposed to be there?
Yeah, they do respect, but I also tell them, like, once you are on the field, once you cross the line, it's 11v11. We all are fighting to get the 3 points and do well for the club and for the country. So, respect is different when you're on the field. We all there for a mission, which is to make the club more successful. So, yeah, they do respect. And look, I just need to perform for them to, get the respect back. So, yeah, I think, we have a great bunch of boys, they are all learning. They never put their head down. They never complain, which is a good sign, and it's good for the soccer for Fiji. So, these young boys, showing path for our young footballers who want to play football, professional football. So, yeah, it's a great opportunity for everyone.
When you look at your pool, the teams, different teams, which team has been the toughest in terms of course, displaying their style of soccer?
Look, everyone comes with a threat. I think if you look at Auckland is top of the table, but Solomon Island beat them, Solomon King. So on the day, anyone can beat anyone. We all have strengths, we all have weakness. It's just how you turn up on the day, how's your mindset, and how you play. So, yeah, I think threat-wise, we don't feel anyone is a threat, but respect everyone because, they are a good team. They have good players. Yeah, I think we are equally matched with the top two and everyone.
You are the superstar of the team, but there are other players, sort of like, and when you look at some of the games that has already finished, any of those players you think sort of like will definitely take it a long way, or is sort of gonna really do well in terms of, I'm just looking at the young players, that new players that have been brought into the team. Any player who was outstanding?
Look, I'm happy with the young boys. We have 16-year-old, 19-year-old boys, who are pushing us, and at the same time, they have the right mind, right attitude, to push us. Yeah, there is superstars, but look, superstars, you don't have to carry that. It's just the people, the expectation of fans that give you this platform. But for us, we just, have to play what the coach wants us to play, how intelligent you are on the pitch, your movement and all this. So, yeah, I think superstar is a big word, but right now we're just telling them, just to be humble, train hard, work hard. And if you have this tag that you're a superstar, then it's good. But at the moment they are young, I tell them, keep your feet on the ground, just work hard, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Well, in terms of your daily training and of course the food intake, are there some restrictions? Because apparently you have when they finish the training, they could be going out doing some parties or anything like that. And of course, the food, sometimes they sort of like go outside the menu that has been selected. Is there some sort of restrictions or anything like that?
I said in football, it's how you look after your body. There's a lot of restrictions, but our coach is very strict. He doesn't say much what you do outside the field. He's just focusing on how you perform on training. And if you do well, you'll play. So the players know that. And we all know that, drinking alcohol, drinking kava or eating junk food will not take you a long way in professional football. So the players know, it's just not me. There's other experienced players in the team, like Seta, Gabby, Felipe, who's trying to guide these young boys. I think in professional, you need a lot of sacrifices. So it's a long way to go, but the boys are learning, which is a good thing.
Every morning, wake up with a smile. With FMFT, it's all worth the while. Hey, 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 it's an FMF day. Tea time is calling, you need a quick fix. With FMFT, you have the right mix. Hey, 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 it's the FMF way.
FMF Finest Ceylon Tea is second to none.
Hey, 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 FMF all the way.
When you look at your career, apparently sort of like with your experience and all those things, now you're coming with the OFC. Was there any time you decided probably I made a wrong move, or sort of I should not have been there, or you thought of something else? Was there any time you were not happy with the situation, or sort of like the way things were?
I think in not just in football, in life, I think every people go through this. When you apply for a job, you think you are the best, and suddenly you think maybe you made a wrong move. But for me personally, I think every decision I made in my life, in terms of where to go and play, I personally think I did the right thing. Asking my family, of course, my wife, my little one is still young to give me advice, but I think I made the right decision, and I think I'm happy, and so far I think I haven't made any wrong move.
Mm-hmm. You have mentioned about your wife quite a number of times. The support that you get from her, she needs the credit. Come on.
Yeah, she does. People say a lot of things about her, but she's a very strong woman, mentally, and that's why she's the backbone of my success. Wherever I go, she's always behind me, pushing me, to do well. Even right now, I'm 38. Everyone thinks that's the end of my career, which maybe, but she pushes me every day. How you did in training, how was your running. Sometimes I didn't do well, so she pushes me. But yeah, I think that's why I don't take all the credit, because she's the one behind everything. So I'm just happy that she's there to help me and when I need the most.
You just mentioned that you are 38. Do you think you are right now the peak of your career?
I think I have to ask my wife about that. But look, look, as in every morning I wake up, I feel good, mentally, physically, and yeah, I'm enjoying football, which is the thing that I love. If I wouldn't be enjoying it, I wouldn't be playing. So yeah, I'm feeling good every day.
Okay, what is it like being a sort of like soccer star and meeting the people on street, or even if you go to Lambasa? What is it like?
Look, I don't think like a star. I'm just always been humble, like down to earth person. Probably my upbringing was like that. But if people have the expectation, I'm just blessed that people love me, and I just wanted to create path for other young stars, to be as humble, to focus on your goal. There's been lots of ups and downs. You need to be around the right people to push you through. But yeah, I'm just happy that I'm blessed that when people come to me, to take photos, I'm just happy and blessed.
Are you charging for those photos? Just kidding.
No, I should. No. It's just the love, of the people, because without them, we wouldn't be this successful. So, so yeah, it's everything for fun.
What is it, the administrative staff and the support from the public for the OFC? I'm talking about OFC right now. Apparently, this is the first year. So how's the support like?
Well, on social media, it's good. Of course, people have a lot of expectation, in Fiji, especially, when you lose, then there is a lot of negative comments. But this is part of professional football. You will not win all the games, but, we have a very tight, young group. We have... mentally we worked on this, like if the things doesn't go your way, you have to stick together. But yeah, the crowd is coming after the last circuit we played in Solomon Islands. We were 7th in the table, and after winning 2 games we became 3rd, so we are now 3rd in the table. And it's the right time for all the Fiji fans to come out and support Bula FC, because this is a first professional club from Fiji. And I think it's the first time professional football will be played. A lot of some good players. The pace of football will be fast, and you will see. I think you can watch on FIFA Plus, but if you watch it live, it will be a different speed ball game. So yeah, come out and support. And of course, it's really in Bath for our stadium. So yeah, we just can't wait to play in front of our home fans.
You got a very good sponsorship from Extra Supermarket and of course the other sponsors. You're happy about it?
Look, without sponsors, we are nowhere. So we're just grateful that Extra came on board. Yeah, we just need to perform well, do well, and a lot of more sponsors can come. But yeah, we're just happy that they came on board.
And when you look at the number of games that are still to be played, what's your sort of like message to all your players and of course to all the team members there?
A message to my players: be focused. We are in the 3rd in the table right now, but after these 3 games we could be back to 7th of 6th. So yeah, just focus on your goal, which we all know. I don't need to tell them. And playing at home is a blessing, because we've been playing away in Melbourne, Auckland, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Island. And yeah, we're just excited, to have our 12 men, our family, and yeah, we just can't wait. But we are focused.
So what's for after OFC? What's next for Roy Krishna?
I need a holiday, SN. You tell me where to go. So maybe I need a holiday. I straight came from India. Didn't have a family time. A break. But look, I'm feeling good. Maybe a break. So you tell me where to go. Maybe any good place in Ba you can tell me.
I can always say that it's your wife Nazia who's gonna make such decisions. So I'm quite sure she has lined up some very nice places. But of course, Roy, it has been really nice talking to you, getting some insight, some information regarding the performance, the team itself, and your bonding with the team players and day-to-day things. Are you happy to be based in Ba?
Of course, I'm just happy that I'm home. But for the players as well, we normally, we just watch on TV that professional league is playing abroad, in New Zealand, Australia. Now we are training at home and we are professional. We've been looked after really well. We're having our ice bath after every training. There's fruits. There's energy drinks. So we have the best life of any footballer who's dreaming this path. So I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm home, and I'm pretty sure the boys are also happy.
Mm-hmm. And your final message to all our viewers and of course our very own supporters. What message do you have?
To the viewers, please support the boys. Sometimes we will not win games. I know you are frustrated. You say so much stuff on social media. Especially, I'm telling these young boys need to not to be on social media, but this young generation, they are excited to jump after every session, every game, and then sometimes the comments are not nice. So I tell them, try to be not on social media as much as possible. Focus on your goal, and maybe later in life you can do that. But it's hard. I think we are just happy that and we want the fans who are in Ba, in Fiji, please come out in numbers because you can see the last circuit when he played in Solomon Islands. All the Solomons were behind us, even we were 2-0 down. So, they pushed us to come back 3-2. So, we need the 12th man. So please come out and support us. And that's all.
On that note, do you get affected by social media? The comments, the criticisms, anything?
I think I'm
thick skin,
too much experience. I'm too experienced to go through this. I'm mentally very strong. But for these young players that I'm trying to protect, they're learning. They're still learning. They do make mistake. But I tell them, social media is not good in my point of view. But I'm mentally strong. So
thank you so much, Roy Krishna, our special guest on this special episode, FMF, the finest premium Ceylon tea. Wishing you all the best for all the games that you have ahead, and thank you so much for taking time out, especially for this interview. Thank you.
Thank you, Hassan. Thank you. You take care, and hopefully you come to our home match and we'll meet.
Thank you. Bye-bye.